A few months ago, I posted a video about the 4 stages that I wanted to see in the previous big run. Be sure to check it out if you want to see my analysis, fan-made layouts, and thought process behind it. The stages I made big run predictions for were Museum de Alfonsino, Flounder Heights, Surgeon Shipyard, and Scorch Gorge. And the stage was Eeltail Alley. I didn't expect it, but hey, it was a lot better to play than in PvP. In the Splatoon 3 Direct, it was stated that this game would be updated with a new season for 2 years. If you've been up to date on Splatoon 3's content additions, I'm pretty sure you're aware that next season, Sizzle Season 2024, is on track to be the final season unless the devs say otherwise. This means that it's very likely that there will be no more big run after next season, or at least no more new big run stages. Today, I want to talk about my prediction for what the final big run stage could be. Remember, this video is all speculation. It's just a fun prediction and nothing more at that. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe as we're currently pushing strong for 2,000 subscribers and I actively stream Salmon Run Overfishing. So let's talk about the stages that we've had invaded by the Salmonids. We started off with Wahoo World, then Inkblot Art Academy, Undertow Spillway, Umami Ruins, Barnacle and Dime, and Eeltail Alley as of May 2024. I have a very strong feeling that the final big run stage next month is Splatsville itself. Did you expect that? Allow me to explain. First thing I want to state is the distance of the stages we've had from Splatsville. Confirm this with me if I'm wrong in the comments, but we started off big run in Greater Inkopolis with Wahoo World, then Inkblot Art Academy, both being very far away from the plaza. Following the Greater Inkopolis stages, we would then get stages exclusive to the Splatlands. I've been noticing how each stage feels like it's been getting increasingly closer to Splatsville. The greatest example here is with the most recent big run in Eeltail Alley, which is literally right next to the city itself. Now, remember that all of this is just a theory. It could be on a different stage, such as Scorch Gorge or Mahi Mahi Resort. From a technical standpoint, the devs can make big run happen on quite literally any stage. Umami Ruins and Eeltail Alley were two where I had no idea how it would have worked, but after playing on them, it's possible they can make it happen on any stage. Lastly, I want to answer a question that I'm sure many of you are wondering. Where will I be able to access the shops and all the amenities that Splatsville has during the event? If I don't have the DLC, where will I go? There are many possibilities to this question, but a couple that come to mind is that you can access Inkopolis Plaza or the Square for free. Only for the weekend though until the event ends. This is kind of like the Squid vs Octo Splatfest we had in 2018, where if you didn't own the Octo expansion DLC, you could still play as an Octoling for free during the fest. The other possibility is we'll finally be able to understand what this area is. It could be a shelter for such an event, where you could see all the residents of Splatsville, including the shop owners and Deep Cut taking shelter there until the event ends. I've said this quite a few times already, but something I want you to remember is that this is all just speculation. I could be totally wrong about what happens in the actual season, but because this is on track to be the last major content-based update for Splatoon 3, it's possible that Big Run ends in the most poetic way, being in the literal plaza itself. While we're at it, let's move on to another topic. How would I rank all the previous Big Run stages we had? Remember, I only did Salmon Run Overfishing on these stages, where strategies are made to optimize and deposit as many golden eggs as possible, so take these with a grain of salt. Starting off with Wahoo World, I loved playing on this stage. Sure, nostalgia could make up some of the enjoyment I had here, but also I really loved the atmosphere and layout of the map. I didn't like Low Tide too much, but everything else was a ton of fun. I'd be curious how high the scores can go if we get a rerun with all Grisco weapons. Also, High Tide Mothership on here was one of the best waves ever. This goes into A tier. Very solid start so far. A few months later, in March 2023, we get our next big run on Inkblot Art Academy. Now let me clarify that this is probably the best stage for casual play. It's simple, not too outside of the bots, and the premiere of the Ouroboros was an awesome experience. But for overfishing, this stage falls very short in every way to me. Normal Tide sucked a lot to play on due to the fact that flipper floppers were bugged on the ramp by Basket, and the ways to lure by Basket were not very good. However, if I were to replay it, I'm sure it would be more fun. But with that in mind, this goes into C tier. Summer 2023, the Salmonids would invade what many of you considered to be the worst big run stage, Undertow Spillway. Now, let me say that Low Tide was quite literally unplayable. The basket area sucked because of how enclosed it was, and spawns happening from both sides felt like I was playing on Mariner's Bay, but on steroids. Just an overall meme. However, the normal and high tide felt awesome to play on. Everything felt pretty close to the basket, and the snatchers were always in good locations. The Grisco Charger being the rare weapon does boost the enjoyment, but with that being said, it goes into the B tier. In September 2023, we instantly started off Drizzle season with Umami Ruins getting invaded by the Salmonids. The Grisco Doolies also made their appearance, which are awesome and feel very satisfying to me. I liked this stage a lot, but my only real issue was how much of a pain Drizzlers were on Normal Tide. Now, if there was something the stage had, it was the craziest high tide ever. It had only one spawn point, and the snipers were always behind the basket, so it was quite a treat to get it. This joins Wahoo World in the A tier. 3 months later, December 2023, Barnacle and Dime would be next on the list. I say this for everyone, whether you play casually or do overfishing, that this was the best stage that we've ever had. I mean, this stage was so good that it's literally in a league of its own. This goes in the S tier, or at this point, we'll call it the Barnacle tier, for just how amazing this stage was. Quite literally everything about the map was good. All bosses were just an egg throw away from basket, so you can play aggro throughout the whole wave and get high amounts of eggs. Last but not least, a couple months ago in March, we would get Eeltail Alley as the latest Big Run map. I won't lie, this map was very difficult to understand. When I played this, I thought luring was important, but it just didn't do me many favors. Until I realized the key was to kill everything about an egg throw's distance away from the basket, in which it became a lot better then. I'd say it's on a pretty similar level to Amami Ruins, and it goes into the same tier as it in the A tier. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe as we're pushing strong for 2,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys next time.